Fusion Promotional Marketing, Planet Fitness, Plant Life, who I'm probably going to see in about half an hour. 45 minutes.
Eliminations can occur by pinfall, by submission, or by over-the-top rope eliminations with both feet touching the ground. And it is for the CWS Championship of Salvation.
Your main event tonight, the title is on the line. Taryn From Accounting, not just defending, as she did last month for the first time, but defending against 4 other individuals, including her compatriot in the Clandestine Society, Michael Richard Blais, who makes his way to the ring as we speak. Your LPW Challenge champion, over 385 days on top of the Challenge division. Oddly enough, winning that title from one of his opponents tonight, the Intangible Zoë Sager. Tomorrow night, Michael Richard Blais goes one-on-one, defending that championship against Dean Richter.
It is God's gift to wrestling. It is your Savior. He is Michael Richard Blais.
As I was saying, Michael Richard Blais defending the Love Pro Wrestling Challenge Championship tomorrow night against Dean Richter, having successfully defended against the likes of Alan Angels, Judas Icarus. The list goes on and on as far as it goes for your savior. And looking to win his first ever Championship of Salvation and potentially earning another future shot at the Love Pro Wrestling Grand Championship. As mentioned, this matchup is an elimination matchup. Matchups can be won, and individuals can be eliminated by pinfall, submission, or an over-the-top rope elimination. Both feet must hit the floor in order to do so, but a number of ways that you can get your hands on Thursday night's biggest prize. Blais loading up the Book of Salvation like he did in Love Pro Wrestling's 21st event, where Michael became your first ever 2-time Love Pro Wrestling Grand Champion at the expense of Lumberjack Larry Woods. But that was then. This is now another shot at gold coming for your savior tonight.
Take down my jacket!
Scoty Ace making his way to the ring for his first shot at Love Pro Wrestling and Clandestine Wrestling Society Gold, of course, making his Love Pro Wrestling debut last month at LPW CWS 25, facing off with Mars, the specialist. And in spite of failing to defeat the former grand champion, Scotty looking impressive in his debut and earning a quick shot at gold. Now Christian Starr next up to make his way to the ring. Another individual with an opportunity at the LPW Grand Championship tomorrow night, but looking to make it a 2-title weekend is the Star Child.
Come on, come on!
Entering the ring, Taylor from Edmonton, Alberta, weighing in at 175 pounds. He is the Star Child, Christian Starr.
On the precipice of a trip to Japan, Christian Starr with an opportunity to earn Love Pro Wrestling CWS Gold here tonight at the Rec Room South Edmonton. Zoë Sager shockingly returning last month to close out LPW 37, her first appearance in an LPW ring in nearly 4 months, declaring herself the real ZPW champion and making her return to the Love Pro Wrestling ring for the first time since LPW 34. Tomorrow night she's got a date with AEW Ring of Honor star Billy Starks, who's in attendance tonight, getting a first look at her opponent tomorrow night.
Hailing from Love Pro Wrestling head office, events in life are certain. Death, taxes, and Taryn will beat the shit out of Daryl from Accounting.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
She's the CWS champion of salvation, Taryn From Accounting.
The champ is here and she's threatening fans.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
TFA winning the championship of salvation a couple of months ago, successfully defending last month against both Rose and Nick Shastastic. However, double the opponents for this month, a 5-way. However, maybe a little bit of an advantage on the end of the Clandestine Society with Michael Richard Blais and Tao for this match.
They are awesome. They are awesome. They are awesome.
I want some respect.
They are
Bert, give me some respect. That's not even real. It is real. I didn't win.
match for that belt.
No, honestly, that would not make
Ready? All right, ring that bell.
See, you guys have a real problem, though. There's like one of you, but 2 of us. None of you like each other. We're best friends. Best friends. Best friends. Best friends. Best friends.
Don't cheer for
They know. Best friends. Oh.
Stand for the champ, you know? Fake the champ.
Fake
Real champ.
Fake champ. Fake champ.
Hot and heavy to kick it off here in the main event of Love Pro Wrestling CWS 26. Christian Starr, Scoty Ace, and Zoë Sager exchanging holds in the Clandestine Society, biding their time in the corner.
Yes.
Blais collecting Taryn. Heaving the champion into their 3 opponents.
What did I tell you?
It's hard to consider MRB an opponent at this point, looking dead as set on helping Taryn retain that championship.
CWS. We are awesome. wanna get up, bitch?
Clandestine Society quick to tell people their opinions of themselves. Zoë Sager fighting back. The big elbow to Michael Richard Blais. Getting tossed into the corner, but Taryn From Accounting collecting the intangible. And an up and over from the Clandestine Society to Sager. Going for the pinfall attempt on the intangible, but Scoty Ace breaking it up.
You dumbass!
And getting a bit of an open palm, to say the least, from the two-time grand champion. Collecting Scoty Ace for the brain buster.
Zone's the right one. Oh, shit!
Ace rolling over the back, looking for the arm. Blais rolling through before being collected again into a giant German suplex from Scoty Ace. The drop toe hold from Taryn From Accounting with a little assist from Michael Richard Blais sends Ace reeling into the ropes. Blais up and over, and a big old kick to the forehead of Scoty Ace. Turning right around into no less pain, courtesy of your CWS champion of Salvation. Taryn hits the ropes. Empowering Ace to the ground. Christian Starr hitting MRB with the elbow before collecting Taryn From Accounting by the waist, looking to separate the Clandestine Wrestling Society. Cycles through in another big boot to the face of Christian Starr. With the assisted backdrop suplex. In spite of looking more like a handicap match, the Clandestine Society's two individuals in the matchup tonight, Taryn From Accounting and Michael Richard Blais, in firm control over top of Christian Starr, Zoë Sager, and Scoty Ace.
Get him up! Get him up! Ready?
Taryn collecting Starr. Blais to Ace and throwing both of them into each other. Sending their opponents reeling to the mat.
Go TFA!
Okay, they've got a Christian Starr. And with the assist, Taryn From Accounting with the lariat to the throat of Christian Starr. These butterflies the arms. Hauls Christian Starr over the shoulder. Pinfall attempt from Michael Richard Blais, unsuccessful as per the jurisdiction of Stu Garvey. Blais collects Christian Starr by his neck again. Trying to force him over the ropes. And Starr clinging on for dear life, not quite there yet as Taryn From Accounting turns her attention to Scoty Ace. Locks the arm. And Taryn with the big old snap suplex to Scoty Ace. Lone Star reeling with the Clandestine Society, just picking the bones. Michael Richard Blais with the leg drop. TFA following up with the elbow to the forehead of the Lone Star, Scoty Ace. Ace kicking out at 2, but you wonder how much this is going to impact him not only tonight, but tomorrow night as he teams with the Canadian Goose against the Para Lira, their current Love Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions in non-title action. But first he's got to make it there, and right now it's looking like he's going to have a tough time, courtesy of MRB. Shot to the gut, another shot to the gut. Taryn From Accounting keeping Christian Starr at base, but Scoty Ace fighting back against the challenge champion and eating a massive spine buster, courtesy of God's gift to wrestling. Taryn From Accounting with the pinfall attempt. Ace kicking out at 2.
I know.
Michael Richard Blais with some vicious forearms to the face of the intangible Zoë Sager. before throwing her into the turnbuckle. Of course, Sager and Blais, no strangers to each other, nor for Taryn From Accounting and Zoë Sager. The history between the Clandestine Society and the Intangible goes a long ways back, as recently as LPW 33. With Sager and Reed Matthews, the individuals to end the record-setting tag team title reign of Taryn From Accounting and Stephen Crow. But working like well-oiled machines again tonight are the Clandestine Society. Scoty Ace, however, you can't question the gumption of the Lone Star. The second match here in Love Pro Wrestling, earning an opportunity at gold, and certainly not looking undeserving of that chance. You could see a brand new champion of Salvation here tonight. Blais looks reticent on making sure that doesn't happen. Christian Starr fighting back, however, against both Taryn and God's Gift to Wrestling. Chop to the chest of Michael Richard Blais, keeping TFA at bay. But MRB with the big boot to the Star Child. Locking him in by the neck.
That's how we talk to each other.
Double souffle.
Yeah.
Double souffle.
Michael Richard Blais taking some French lessons lately. With the massive double souffle to Christian Starr.
I will.
Starr kicking out, much to the chagrin of Blais and Taryn From Accounting. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence in the case of the Clandestine Society. You can't blame him for having it. Results speak for themselves, but Christian Starr keeping himself in the match and keeping this as a 5-way elimination match. Going for the double souffle into the Falcon Arrow from Taryn From Accounting. A friendly reminder, your winner of this match will be the individual who eliminates their 4 opponents. However, eliminations occurring via pinfall submission or an over-the-top rope elimination. Taryn with the kick to the gut. Zoë Sager firing back up, however, going after the Clandestine Society immediately. Big forearms to both Taryn From Accounting and Michael Richard Blais, halting the momentum, however. MRB with the big boot to the gut of the intangible Zoë Sager. Square to the stomach, knocking the wind out of the real ZPW Grand Champion as she declared herself to close out LPW 37 and showcasing why she's one of the best this industry has to offer. Sager over the top rope. Remember, you can be eliminated when both feet touch the floor. Scoty Ace, however, making a save, going over the top rope himself, heading to the outside. The Clandestine Wrestling Society controlling the ring, and Ace looking to get God's Gift to Wrestling over the top rope. However, Taryn From Accounting with the assist and the giant forearm to the back of the Lone Star, saving the bacon of your savior, Michael Richard Blais. Taryn and Michael looking to pick the bones of Scoty Ace. Christian Starr and Zoë Sager both on their backs on the canvas. Sager still could be eliminated should she be shoved and both people touch the floor. However, not looking likely with Christian Starr getting back to business. Sager stepping up to the top rope as well too. And I don't even know what to call that, ladies, gentlemen, and friends beyond the binary. Everybody's spines hitting the pine. Zoë Sager going for the sunset flip, taking out Scoty Ace. Christian Starr, Michael Richard Blais, Taryn From Accounting. Everybody's hit the ground. Some people more than once. Starr and Sager, the last 2 individuals remaining before mercilessly taking each other out. All 5 individuals in the ring down for the proverbial count. Of course, no countouts in 5-way elimination action. Michael Richard Blais is first to make it to his feet there in the corner. Christian Starr following up shortly behind him. It looks like we've got life in the Rec Room South Edmonton Common. Sager targets Blais, unsurprisingly. However, Blais moves right out of the way with that big knee to the face of Christian Starr. Met with the big boot of Zoë Sager. Unfortunately, falling victim to a giant lariat And a massive drop kick from Scoty Ace to Taryn From Accounting, who looked to be firmly in control. Christian Starr with the sling blade. Slow it down, you guys. I'm new to this. But everybody looking to get their hands on that championship of salvation, not only to earn Thursday night's biggest prize, but a shot at the grand championship. MRB locking the arms of Christian Starr.
Kid's dead. R.I.P.
Looking for that final consecration. Starr rolling over, however. And the destroyer to Michael Richard Blais. Going for the pinfall attempt. Taryn From Accounting, however, hitting the Shining Wizard there on Christian Starr. Taryn still on her feet. Sager takes a bomb from TFA. Looking for her next victim. It's going to be Scoty Ace if he doesn't get his legs behind him quickly. A big boot to the Lone Star for recollecting him. And a couple of massive elbows. A massive German suplex. However, Michael Richard Blais rolling through, collecting Sager. Looking for that final consecration. Sager up in the powerbomb position, however, escapes it, met with the quick boot of Michael Richard Blais, however. Calling for that patented brainbuster. Locks the Intangible in. Sager rolls through. Slides through, avoiding the boot. The scorpion kick to the face of your savior, God's gift to wrestling, met with one of her own. Scoty Ace with the attempt, but met unfortunately by the spine buster of Taryn From Accounting. And the champion stands tall. MRB.
It was just instinct.
Pleading ignorance, but looking to take aim at Taryn From Accounting. Distracting just long enough for Christian Starr's attention with Zoë Sager with the destroyer to Michael Richard Blais. Starr with the boot to Taryn From Accounting in the corner. Avoiding the lariat attempt, however, going back over that top rope. Avoiding the swing. Avoiding 2. 3. And Zoë Sager, the first individual eliminated with over-the-top rope eliminations legal. The unfortunate victim of that low bridge from Christian Starr and taking him out on her own. Christian Starr and Zoë Sager both eliminated from this matchup. Giving Scoty Ace enough time to hit the moonsault on Michael Richard Blais. The massive lariat to Taryn. The elbow to the champ. And Scoty Ace taking advantage of the confusion of the elimination of Zoë Sager and Christian Starr. Logging in that armbar on Taryn From Accounting. Looking for the crossface. Could Scoty Ace be eliminating your champion of salvation?
Taryn, don't tap.
Ace locked in, much to the chagrin of Michael Richard Blais, who's looking to pry the fingers away. He's looking to be successful with a crossface of his own. However, Taryn From Accounting. The kick to the back of Scoty Ace. Protectionism kicking in. And so are a couple of boots to the face of the Lone Star. Taryn playing the ring general here, leading the charge against Michael Richard Blais. And you gotta wonder if this is it. The Lone Star, Scoty Ace, the knee to the face. And Taryn From Accounting and Michael Richard Blais, surprisingly, your final 2 here. And you wonder how this will play out, because after working for so long together, not just tonight, but in tonight's main event.
You won, Kyle.
Not yet.
Call me, Connor.
Clandestine Wrestling Society's Championship of Salvation
Not yet. We're wrestling.
looks to remain in the hands of the Clandestine Society itself. The only question is,
beat them all.
who is going to be your champion.
I am gonna win.
It looks like MRB is attempting to just secure that for Taryn From Accounting. Heading over the top rope, but
We had a plan.
Taryn asking for a fair fight against Michael Richard Blais.
I'm gonna win, Michael, I promise. But don't take it easy.
I'm sure you could win, but my student.
Michael Richard Blais still on the precipice of eliminating himself, going over that top rope and securing the championship of salvation for Taryn From Accounting.
MRB! 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 Save her, Michael!
Is this a rare act of selflessness from God's gift to wrestling? Taryn asking for it.
I'm just gonna kick your ass.
You can say a lot about TFA, but you can't say that she's not a fighting champion. Over 750 days as an overall title holder here in Love Pro Wrestling. And it looks like we're gonna get.
I'm really sorry I have to do this, Taryn.
Oh, I knew he was gonna do that. Michael Richard Blais, like the snake he is, roping Taryn From Accounting in, and the massive suplex to the back of your champion of salvation. You can't say that Taryn didn't ask for it, but that doesn't mean you have to like the methods from God's gift to wrestling. Clandestine Society going one-on-one. Taryn From Accounting taking another suplex.
You're sick.
From her Clandestine Society compatriot, the boot to the face. Again, you can't say that TFA didn't ask for this. She was the one attempting to keep Michael Richard Blais, but you wonder if she's regretting that decision as she lays some blows to the midsection of God's gift to wrestling. Making it 3, but MRB getting back in that corner and not looking to take it easy despite the fact that not only are they tag team partners, not only are they compatriots in the Clandestine Society, but man, they're friends.
I wanted you to keep it, Taryn. I wanted you to keep it.
Blais collecting the champion of salvation, looking to toss her over the top rope. Both feet are over. However, referee Stu Garvey saying the champ is not out of it quite yet. Rolling back under that bottom rope is Taryn From Accounting. Richard Blais stalking the champion of salvation. No mercy, no surrender, no time wasted. Rolling Taryn through. Taryn with the big ol' lariat to God's gift to wrestling. Going for the pinfall attempt on the challenge champion. But the kick out at 2 from Michael Richard Blais. Taryn collecting herself. I'm not even sure she expected MRB to be this aggressive. Michael Richard Blais gets Taryn in that fireman's carry position. The rolling stampede to the champ. And another knee to the face of Taryn From Accounting. Taryn also scheduled to challenge for that scramble title tomorrow night. And you wonder how much of an impact this is going to make on the Clandestine Society's quest for gold. MRB looking to gain the challenge championship. But at what cost to his partner's future title attempts? Michael Richard Blais grabbing Taryn From Accounting by the hair, looking to set up for that final consecration. Taryn From Accounting powering through.
Taryn!
Michael Richard Blais dead set on hitting that final consecration on the champion of salvation. Taryn rolling through, and a massive forearm reciprocated by the challenge champ. Lining up and square in the jaw of Michael Richard Blais. Say hello to Taryn From Accounting's fist. Taryn From Accounting playing that power game, knocking Michael Richard Blais to the canvas for the second time. to Michael Richard Blais. Blais rolling through on the pinfall attempt, getting a 2 count of his own. However, match not over quite yet, but it could be soon. A devastating knee to the corner. And right to the jaw of Michael Richard Blais. Blais going for that crossbody. Taryn From Accounting avoiding it, however. A kick to the gut of MRB. Up kick. Make it 3. And boom goes the dynamite right to the face of MRB, going for the pinfall attempt, and just the 2 count. Taking a second to collect your thoughts before collecting Michael Richard Blais once again. Earning the adulation of those in the attendance tonight at the Rec Room South Edmonton. Butterflying the arms, however. Michael Richard Blais collecting TFA over his shoulders. Taryn rolling through. Or at least attempting to. Before Michael Richard Blais calls for the brain buster once again. Locks it in on TFA. And the knee to the neck of Taryn From Accounting. Is this it for the champion? And just the 2 count. Inches away from a brand new champion of Salvation here on Thursday, June 26th at the Rec Room South Edmonton Common. However, close but no cigar. And Michael Richard Blais left wondering what it's going to take to put down Taryn From Accounting. Blais firmly planting the forehead of Taryn From Accounting into that corner turnbuckle. Heading up to the second rope. Of course, again, top rope eliminations are legal in this Championship of Salvation match. Michael Richard Blais no stranger to going high risk. As he looks to collect Taryn From Accounting, bring her back up to the top rope as well. Of course, close fists illegal in professional wrestling. Arms in the chest, however, reciprocated by Taryn From Accounting. And once is great, but twice as nice. MRB hitting the pine after the third from Taryn From Accounting. Heading back up, however, with that forearm to the face of the champion of Salvation. Maybe locking the forearm over the neck. Perhaps looking for that superplex.
No!
Taryn From Accounting powering through, however, while still retaining that neck control on MRB. Planting his face on the turnbuckle. Heading to the top rope is Taryn. And the sunset bomb to Michael Richard Blais. Back in control is your champion of Salvation. The crowd firmly behind her. Hitting the ropes. And the Shining Wizard to Michael Richard Blais. Going for the pinfall. And just a 2 count. Michael Richard Blais kicking out at 2 7/8. And I'm no mathematician, friends, but I would say that's close as hell. Taryn From Accounting looking to regain control on the neck there of Michael Richard Blais. Hitting the ropes. MRB avoids the leg. Collects her. Looking, rolling through is Taryn From Accounting. And that's it, that's all, and that is your champion of Salvation, and still, Taryn From Accounting. From Accounting going through 1, 2, 3, and especially 4 individuals in the case of Michael Richard Blais, the champion of salvation, still in the hands of TFA. No love lost, however, between the members of the Clandestine Society, at least not between Michael Richard Blais and Taryn From Accounting. Tomorrow night, Michael Richard Blais defends the Challenge Championship against Dean Richter. Taryn From Accounting looking to gain the Scramble Championship, but it all goes down here at LPW 38. Welcome to the machine, live on IWTV or in the heart of South Edmonton Commons Rec Room here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. For everybody here with Love Pro Wrestling and on behalf of the Clandestine Wrestling Society, I am and will continue to be Spencer Love. Good night, everybody.